At the end of this lesson, students should be able to first, define an automorphism as an isomorphism from a group G to itself. Second, define the element of the automorphism group at Zn by identifying the generator of Zn. And lastly, value the precision of Cayley diagram in table in simplifying complex group of operation.
In group theory, we talk a lot about isomorphism, a fancy way of saying two different groups are actually the same. But what happens when a group is isomorphic
To itself.
and that is an automorphism? It's a mapping from group G to group G that preserve the structure. Think of it as a perfectly executed internal reorganization. If you collect every single way a group can be rearranged while staying itself, you get a new group called a automorphism group or AutG. Now let's look back at D4. We will show that D4 is isomorphic to itself, which it's make automorphism. And we will going to collect all the automorphism of D4, which is all the rotations and reflection of D4. And we will be rushing this one because it is already tackled in our last video. So E,
Stays the same.
and in R, 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3.
And so on.
As we can see, all of this line is automorphism because 1, 2, 3, and 4 are used in all groups. It's just change positions. And if we collect all of them, it's called the automorphism of group G. Another type of automorphism is called an inner automorphism, and that is induced by a specific element of G. So you can do this for each and every element of G. In this example, we're going to use R, and the inner automorphism induced by R, in this case denoted by P sub R, is essentially taking every element that's in our group and multiplying it. Again, this is function composition because that's what we do with P4. So what I'm going to do is for each of this element, I'm going to use R,
Multiply its identity and its inverse.
and we're going to see if anything happens. So let's take a look at the rotation first. We have here the E, and then going to R, here, ER, and then R inverse. So that means we have E. Next, from R, so that's E, then another R, and then R inverse, which that means it's R. And then for R squared, we have 2 times 1. So we have R, another R, and another R, and R inverse, we have R squared. So let's clean this up first. So for R cube, we have from E, 1, 2, 3, and another one, and R inverse, we go back at R3. As we can see, we start from R, we end up in R. It means that R maps to R, and R squared maps to R squared, and R cube maps to R cube. For F, we will take the R, F, and R inverse. So let's try it. First, we have the rotation, and then we're going to flip and rotate inverse. So we end up with R squared F. R squared F. Next, for R, RF, and R inverse. First, we have R, another RF, and inverse, we have R cube F. Next, for our R squared F, we have R, R squared, and R inverse. And I change the color. We have R, then another R, R and F, and we have F. Next, for our R cube F, we have R cube F, and R inverse. Let's clean this up again. So again, from identity to R, and then R, and R, and then leaf, and R reverse, we have RF. So notice that we still have the same element that we started, and that it make it automorphism. And this particular automorphism is just map themselves. And F become R squared F, RF become R cube F, and R squared F become F, and R cube F become RF. And now, if I wanted to collect all the inner automorphism, which means I need to find the P sub E, P sub R, and so on till P sub R cube F. We have to collect all of those, and note that some of these actually end up the same. And for instance, if we look for P sub R cube, let's see what will happen. But first, let's clean this up. And let's check some, one rotation and one reflection, to see if they give us the same as P sub R cube. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, and another one, and let's back to 1, 2, 3, and that's we get R. It did in fact get us back to R, which means R cube, R, and R inverse cube. Next, we have here R cube and R squared F and R inverse 3. Let's see. Let's change our color. We have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, and then flip in inverse 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and we have F. We can see that it indeed get back to F. It means that it is the inner automorphism. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.